but this week was extra hard and I had a few deadlines coming up, and I seriously questioned myself. I'm like, why am I making myself so busy? Is it worth it? Is it... Hi guys, I am at the park, at the local park, for an engagement session, and I'm here just a little bit earlier to scout, to look around a little bit, just to make sure that if something were to happen at the road, I'm not late or whatever. So I always try to be here a little bit earlier, and I do have a few minutes, and I'm like, I haven't posted anything in forever, so I will just give you a little bit of a life update and what's going on, and like, yeah, all those a few things that were happening. So if you are following me on Instagram, you know that there was some flooding in our area. It was a little crazy. I did not have time to edit and post any of the footage and like the vlog from that flooding day because it was crazy. My June, I had so much work and there was just so much going on that it was very overwhelming, and it still is a little bit, but I think I got a hold of it just a little bit. Or I guess I'm just like shoveling through things and like getting stuff done and figuring it out a little bit more. However, seriously, the amount of work that I have, I feel like the only thing that I'm doing is like work. And I also had a week of VBS, like Vacation Bible School at our church, that most of the time, not most of the time, so far every time that I have done it with our church, I'm taking photos, so that is a little bit taxing as well, because I am in the church in the morning photographing the kids and whatever is going on, and then I have to select the photos and process them and deliver the gallery by the end of the day and hopefully by the morning. So I feel like my children are neglected. I mean, not neglected, it's a pretty normal way of life for me that I like do a lot of work. But this week was extra hard and I had a few deadlines coming up, and I seriously questioned myself. I'm like, why am I making myself so busy? Is it worth it? Is it necessary? And like, I seriously considered, I'm like, should I just, and like a few sermons that I was just, while I was working, I was trying to listen to things that would help me figure it out, and I'm like, listen to Joyce Meyer sermon, and the amazing thing was that she was mentioning the verse that I had just read that morning, and then she was talking about busy going nowhere. That was her sermon, and it was just so, well, fitting for exactly that day that I was going through. And I'm like, I just should trim and prune. That was part of her sermon, is pruning. Is the work that I'm doing is really necessary, and is it really meaningful, and does it serve the goals that I need to be pursuing for my whole life? And yes, it came to me because my life consists of so much work. I'm like, why do I do this to myself? My husband works full-time and he does make decent money. I am not sure if we could sustain the life that we have right now on just his salary. Well, we could not. That is true, we could not. We would need to definitely make a few cuts in how we live, and I'm not sure if we could, because we are pretty frugal. We have a few financial things that we are working through, like remodeling of the house, that takes a big chunk of our expenses. So I was just like, I even talked to my husband, I'm like, can I not work? And I think he understood. I think he understands that I am talking out of my overwhelmed at the moment mind. And he's like, well, could you just like raise your prices? Oh, the question I asked him, I'm like, there were two questions, like, should I quit? And also, should I just increase my pricing to like astronomical amounts of money so that no one wants to hire me, or if they do, I basically make a lot of money? And he was like, well, he's a logical, normal, sane person. He's like, well, could you just build it up slowly? So, yes, there are a few things that I am doing. Is one, I just raised my pricing to make sure that I hopefully have a little bit less clients and make a little bit more money. I am in serious need of time to declutter my house so that I do not have any access, basically pruning in every area of my life. And the time that I do have should be spent on studying the Bible, because I don't feel like I am reading my Bible almost daily, so I'm very happy about this. But I still feel like I do need a very serious commitment of being able to do it daily. And my children need my attention. And yes, I feel like in one of, maybe it was my previous video, I haven't posted in so long, I've mentioned a few goals that I want to work on, and the area of life of work had so many goals in it, like so many projects that I want to work on, and I'm pretty sure that is going to be pruned to as little as possible. And yes, it's just like, and also today I watched a video, again, very fitting. I wonder if a lot of people are going through burnout, and I did not realize that I'm probably burnt out. But today I watched a video on YouTube, and if you are Russian and if you are Christian or like interested in Christianity, I'm going to link up a channel to the pastor and to the church that I am listening to. I just found them recently, and I really enjoy that content. They are so wise and so Bible orient, like Bible wisdom in whatever he's Bible, and very applicable to life as well. So if you're Russian and want to check it out, go ahead. But they were talking about burnout, and like all the symptoms that they mentioned is basically that I'm going through the apathy, like lack of energy, negative thoughts, and like lack of desire to do anything, and lack of positive outlook on life. And I'm like, almost like depression kind of. I'm like, I'm not depressed, but like they said that that's the symptoms of burnout, and you need some kind of rehabilitation and like a little bit of a work that you need to work through this. So I'm sure that I'm going through burnout, and I need to, well, because of all the work that I have to do. And I had all these questions in my mind. Why is this happening? Like, if I am serving God, if I'm trying to do all the best for everyone, like why do I feel burned out? Why do I feel so bad? And then in the Bible, there are people who did go through burnout. I don't remember their names in English. Elijah, maybe? And then a few other prophets who worked so hard, but then some of them even turned suicidal. I mean, they did not kill themselves, thank God, but like they were so exhausted and so tired that like life would not make them happy. So I feel like God just allows this period of life to happen to us, just like anything else, to work on our character and to help us grow our patience and to help us grow. And it's hard. However, in addition to becoming more patient and becoming better as a person, you also need to make conclusions, because God does want us to be fulfilled in life, and Jesus says that he is here for us to have a fulfilled, joy-filled life with abundance. So we do need to be pruning our life and making decisions that are wise and making our lives better and more fruitful. So that's another thing. Sorry, I'm like all over the place here, but hopefully it is helpful to you. And hopefully if you are going through burnout, or if you see symptoms in your life, make sure that you address it, and make sure that you are trying to take care of yourself and prune all of the areas of your life so that nothing that doesn't have to be there is not there. And then another interesting thing that I have discovered, I am actually not sure if it's a temporary fix for myself or if my body is truly able to work on that schedule, but because of multiple deadlines coming up and so much work that I had to do, I actually had to stay up until like 1 o'clock, actually both or 3 nights in a row. I stayed up until 1 o'clock at 1 a.m. at night, and then I woke up like 6:30, 7 o'clock in the morning, and I actually felt pretty decent. I had maybe a cup of coffee split up throughout the day, because I have like half a cup of coffee in the morning and then half in the afternoon. And again, it's like half caffeinated, half decaf, because I can't go straight caffeine. I like get all shaky. But yes, I did not use crazy amounts of caffeine to help me get through the day, but I felt really good on that schedule. And I wonder if my body works well with possibly taking a tiny nap, like I'm talking about like 20 to 30-minute nap in the like throughout the day, either late afternoon or evening, like 7, 8 o'clock. Take a tiny nap just to give myself a tiny boost of energy, and then I stayed up until 1, and I was fine, and I am fine within these few days. And again, I'm like wondering if it's a short-term way of like making my body go, and I will update you on that within maybe a week, because I will keep doing, because it seems like I'm getting so much done and like knocking things out of my to-do list. So I will do that. And if you have ever experienced that in your life, like I'm curious, because everyone says like you need to figure out your sleeping pattern. Some people say go to bed super early, wake up super early, or the other way around. So I'm curious, have you ever tested with your sleeping patterns, and like what works for you, how you feel best, and like what are your energy levels throughout the day, especially if you have small children, because with small children it's a little bit crazier than with adult children. Because sometimes I'm talking to people with the grown children, and the way they talk about life, I'm like, who lives like this? This is like unreal. Like you can't just concentrate. There's like constant distractions, and they just need their attention at all times. So if you have small children, and if possible you're a working mom or something like this, let me know if you have sleeping pattern that you're following that works really well for you. All right, you guys, that is all. I think I should go and see if my couple is here, if I should start the session super soon. And yes, if you have any comments that pertains to this video, or if you have any questions or anything else, feel free to leave me a comment below or message me on social media. And I hope to see you in my next one. And yes, I will be posting hopefully our flood vlog at some point of time, and then a few other vlogs, and I hope to see you in those videos as well. Have a wonderful day. Bye bye, you guys.